Why do people make video games? There are several reasons. What I like to think is the first and foremost on people's minds is the desire to have the target audience enjoy the product. Games should be fun. Games are meant to be fun. That's why we play them. They're a good distraction from the toils and troubles of real life. They're a welcome diversion. But that's not the only reason people make video games. There are other reasons, more complicated reasons, that dig deep into the human psyche itself. Some people make games for the sole purpose of challenge. And ideally, this challenge would be linked to the idea of having fun, but that is not always the case. Look at the recent phenomenon that has gone over the internet in incredible force. ROM hacks. People taking beloved games and spinning them into something not fun, but new and, most importantly, gut-wrenchingly impossible. Or if not impossible, incredibly, incredibly challenging. For some reason, these types of games appeal to people, with ROM hacks of beloved Mario games, Zelda, amongst others. I'm sure there are Mega Man ROM hacks out there as well. But in order to be difficult, a game doesn't have to be a ROM hack made by a single crazed gamer. No. Companies themselves have prided themselves on making difficult games. And this one, Battletoads, made in 1991 by Rare, is one of the most difficult games ever made. Some people would go as far to say it is impossible. And that's somewhat true in that there is one level that I can think of off the top of my head that is literally impossible if you're playing it two-player. Fortunately, I'm going to be playing this by myself. So what's the backstory behind Battletoads? Well, it has the simplistic story, which you'll see here in the intro screen. But more importantly than the story is the reception that came from its audience. Now, being in 1991, the Nintendo had been around for a good half-decade or so. And somehow it was relatively well received, but casual gamers, even when it was first released, they weren't particularly fond of it. And I'm going to quote Wikipedia here. Quote, due mostly to its capriciously high difficulty, it earned 8th place in IGN's top 10 most difficult games to beat. And to give you a little bit of perspective, I'll read on that full list. Going from number 10 to number 1, we have Ninja Gaiden Black, Devil May Cry 3, Battletoads, R-Type, MDK2, which I've never played and I'm not familiar with. It's apparently a Dreamcast game. We have Super Ghouls and Ghosts, F-Zero GX, Shinobi, the original Mega Man at number 2, which I must disagree with because I've played that and Battletoads, and Battletoads is much, much harder. And the number 1 game being Contra, which I've never played and have no immediate plans to play. Ever. And I'd like to stress that very much. Suffice it to say, I am probably a little disturbed in the head. But I feel that this game, Battletoads, was a very significant milestone in gaming because of the difficulty curve it created and spawned in future games. I like to think that people that make ROM hacks were influenced by Battletoads. Battletoads might have been their favorite game of all time. And I won't lie, I have some fond memories of this game as a child as well. If I remember correctly, I did beat it, but Battletoads being Battletoads, it can create some false memories in the heads of those who play them, because it causes psychological disorders, such as diabetes, for instance. Let's see what happens. Battletoads! Oh, they're in deep trouble. I was wondering why we were on a search and rescue mission. Welcome to Ragnarok's Canyon, level 1 of 12. My name's Diabetus. This is Battletoads. Well, even though Rash would have immediately died from that outer space drop, we made it safely to the first level. And hey, I wonder where that
Now we're super toys working all but now we're strangers, and we're facing up to danger. Bow, bow, bow. We got super rations, got superpowers with our smash. Bow, bow. Count on us to carry the load. We're the Battletoads. Here we go with our battle cry. Battletoads. We got a eagle and an energy bird in the sky. Battletoads. Across the universe, now we're green and we're totally fine. Battletoads.
By the way, we're not the Ninja Turtles. Don't get us mixed up with them, because it's not like we ripped them off or anything. I mean, sure, there's 3 toads, which aren't turtles, toads, who are able to turn their body parts into various weapons. Here we see Rash using a bow staff, which, yes, is similar to what Donatello uses in the Ninja Turtles, but I would like to point out that Donatello's bow staff is brown with, white twine in the middle. This is nothing of the sort. And did I mention that we're not the Ninja Turtles? Because Battletoads is not the Ninja Turtles. Not remotely. Those flies look pretty good. They look so good that I gotta... Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. That's right. That's the stuff. Oh yeah, the most memorable thing about this game, besides the incredible difficulty, the ridiculous stages, the pause music. The pause music makes up for all of that. Pause music is the greatest soundtrack of any video game ever made, and I dare anyone listening to tell me differently. Find a better, more catchy song than that pause music, I'll give you $10 billion. I'd like to interrupt myself for just 1 second to point out that, yes, I have been abusing a lot of pigs and pig dragons in this level. But there were once happier times. I gotta wonder why that TV series didn't last beyond, 1 episode. Or maybe it didn't last beyond the intro. It had such promise, because it wasn't the Ninja Turtles. And here we see one of the only... I guess this would be a second-person shooter? Maybe a third-person limited perspective shooter? Oh, that was a close one. Okay, sure, that stage may have looked easy, but this is only the beginning. Or her Jupiter frog snares, or Uranus butt clenchers. Level 2 shortly. Previously on Battletoads. The name's Rash. Rash B. Toad. I was one of the bad boys. And then I would fuck them too.
Where is it? Where's the bomb? Where's the bomb? No!
Fucking humans. Skin liquidy residue. And know what? It was the best sex I've ever had in my life.
How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned?
Fuck. The whole situation blew.
Do a barrel roll. Do a barrel roll. Do a barrel roll. Do a barrel roll.
And now, the conclusion. My life is a hellhole. And I don't mean that literally, even though I'm kind of falling down a hellish hole as we speak, but I mean my life in general. It sucks. You may remember I once told a story about how me and the Dark Queen had a thing back then, but I left her once I discovered a huge boil on her face. I know my toad's feet are kind of gross and somewhat delicious, but this was different. I just couldn't deal with that. It cut me to the core. What I didn't tell you is what happened after that. Let me tell you something. What I did after that did not score me any points with the ladies. Hardly. I turned to the booze. I hit the alcohol hard. I hit it hard, and I hit it repeatedly. Over and over again until I just couldn't hit it anymore. I slammed it down. Crazy. They say alcohol brings out the worst in people. And I'm no exception. You see, I went to a bar one night. It was called the Flying Crow. Don't ask me why. And when I was there, I was shocked. It was fun. Then again, I had pre-gamed a lot beforehand, and, well, I was starting to see sparks. But then I just kept drinking more and more when I was at the club. My blood alcohol level must have been upwards of 500 or 750, possibly even higher. I don't even know if that's how they measure alcohol content. It was probably 1,000, maybe 2, 5. But it just kept going up. I could feel it as I kept slamming down drink again and again. My eyes were fluttering after a while. And then I saw someone who looked green like me. And I tried to hook up with a human before, but that didn't work out at all. This one looked like me, and it was a girl. So we danced. We danced and had a really good time. We did the swing. Boy, I was having a blast. It was fucking awesome. She threw me across the room. Across the dance floor. It was amazing. And then I said that legendary question. You want to go back to my place? She said, yeah. We fucked so hard. We fucked all night long. It was rapid fire. It was amazing. Then when I woke up the next morning, I realized my mistake. It wasn't a frog. It wasn't a toad. It was Leonardo from the Ninja Turtles. I knew that because I woke up the next morning and there was a sword up my ass. I don't want to talk about it anymore. You go to bed one night, you think things are great. You played the first 2 levels of Battletoads, you're feeling pretty good about yourself. Everything is good. So you go to sleep, you think everything's fine, everything's great. Then you wake up the next morning and you realize that you're in level 3, the Turbo Tunnel. This is when you motherfuckers, give me back my life right now before I put you in a wood chipper and eat your insides for breakfast and... Starting at level 3, the difficulty curve increases exponentially. It's absolutely ridiculous. The game is completely 100% unforgiving from this point forward. Every level is an exercise in futility and ass-raping. There's no other way to put it. Fortunately, I got a lot of extra lives in the last level. Maybe I have 8 or 9 total. So hopefully those will last me for a long time, because I know I will need every single one of them to survive. Now, there is a cheat code you can use at the beginning of Battletoads. If you hold down A, B, and down and select, I believe, you get 5 lives starting instead of 3. But I'm a rebel, and
And we are off to the races, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a very exciting time trial race today. Rash immediately showing off by jumping over the hardened insulation, showing that he has come prepared and that his bike is like the Mach 5 from Speed Racer, armed with propulsion systems that allow it to jump on its own accord, even though that should be physically impossible. Defying all the laws of known physics is what makes for a fantastic racer. Now, Rash is in an incredibly dire situation today. His brother Pimple kidnapped by the Dark Queen, and she has named her terms. If Rash cannot beat this race in under 4 minutes' time, the Dark Queen will first eat the Budweiser frogs in front of Pimple as a means to begin a rigorous torture regimen, which is not going to look good for any of the toad species. But Rash is determined to save his brother, humiliation, and save those hilarious, loving Budweiser frogs. Now, this race is brought to you by such popular loved video games such as Silver Surfer, Marble Madness, the original Legend of Zelda, Parallel Worlds, and other fun-loving games like Rash is now approaching the final leg of the race, going over as many ramps as he can, trying not to fall into the pit of balls below. He is probably shaking into cerebellum right now just thinking about it, but he appears to be very focused, very driven, and he is going through. He not only has the racing prowess that it takes, but he also has the brains necessary to strategize and go through. Now, Rash hasn't uttered so much as an exclamation in this entire race, but he seems very calm, and he is entering the last leg now. Here he goes, dodging left and right. He is going crazy, is speeding up. How can... Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the interdimensional difficulties, but this has been known to happen in races where the driver is going in excess of 88 miles per hour. Interdimensional travel can be safe if you use the right precautionary measures. Rash has just crossed the finish line. He has made record time in under 4 minutes, which means the Dark Queen will not torture the Budweiser frogs, and Rash will have a chance to get closer and closer to the evil bitch and tear her head off. It is going to be a very exciting conclusion. Stay tuned, and let's see what happens.
Hey y'all, I sure hope my harvest doesn't die this year, and I hope I'll find a warm haystack to sleep in tonight because I'm playing level 4 of fucking Battletoads, the Arctic Caverns. Now I need to clarify something here. You see, as a southern gentleman, I don't understand cold weather. I don't understand ice or snow. I just don't get it. You know, we're closely approaching wintertime, and the temperature around this region has been in the... Lately, it's been in the 70-ish range, though it started to cool down to a mild 50. But I haven't seen ice anywhere. I just don't understand it. I don't understand how it gets made, or what it's made out of. But I do know a few things about ice. I do know that there are these machines that make them, this new technology that dispenses ice automatically. Which I understand that's a big milestone in science. I mean, first we go to the moon, stem cells, and now we can make ice out of nothing. That's pretty amazing, but I'm not a big fan of it. I'm a big soda drinker, diet of course, and it just... How do I put this lightly? Drinking soda with ice in it tastes like I'm drinking my own violently liquidy diarrhea. And urine on top of that. It's like the urine is the ice in the soda of my bowel movements. And, well, as you can imagine, that is not very delicious. So whenever I drink soda, I just try to down it before it gets too warm. No ice. Now, if you need ice and water, that's one thing. But, you know, in today's society, and this is some social commentary for you guys, who drinks water anymore? Hell, we've had a drought for a long time now, so I think a lot of people are starting to forget what water actually is. It's becoming a lost art. Kind of like cuneiform or reading. Those sorts of things. Oh yeah, the level. Now, I did mention earlier that level 3 and beyond, things get unforgiving. The game gives you absolutely no sense of mercy, and well, of the population that this game was distributed to, maybe 1% actually got beyond level 3 at the time. Thanks to Game Genies and other technology, though, people have gotten further in the game. I think the Game Genie allowed them to get to level 6 or so, but the Game Genie eventually just said fuck this after it saw the Snake Pit level and the Jet level. I can't say I blame it. But this level isn't so bad if you know what's coming. For example, if you know where all those little spiky sea urchins are, it's not terrible. That's an affirmation I actually say to myself very often. It's not terrible, it's not terrible, it's not terrible. And it's the only thing I can say that actually persuades me to play this game. And you have to watch where you're going, because if you slide a little too far like that, then you could easily slide into a thing. I think I forgot something up there. Hey, what's... You like Battletoads. It is the most fun game that has ever been invented. And you won't stop until you beat the game. Twice. Battletoads is life. Battletoads is your mission. Battletoads is you. Sorry about that. I think I was on the floor when I woke up. I think I just passed out for a second. Guess I just took a power nap, but man, that power nap is just what I needed, because I feel really, really motivated to finish this game now. Might even play it through again. Nice. Why do I have this weird scar on my side, though? It's probably nothing. That was the Arctic Caverns. Battle. Coincidentally, every time I battle barf, little green pieces come out of me, so the Dark Queen knows her stuff. Surf City coming up. Surf's up, dudes and dudettes. I hope you're ready to hang. Hang 10, that is. Put on those sunglasses and splatter on the SPF 40. Or higher, because no number is too high for the sheer UV radiation you'll experience watching Level 5 of Battletoads, Surf City. My name's Diabetus, and I hope you're ready for a cool, radical, totally... what's another word for cooler? Gnarly and tubular time in Surf City! Okay, I actually kind of hyped it up a little bit. This is just a really lazy rehash of the Turbo Tunnel level. Dodging objects in a moving vehicle... Oh my god. No. Not the... Oh, they're dead, never mind. But, you know, I do think it's kind of fitting that a game like Battletoads would even dare suggest that it has influences from a game like Space Invaders. A game that no matter how long you play it, you'll never actually beat it. And playing Battletoads often feels the same way. Never ending. For no reason, those yellow AT-AT walker stick robot things are twice as tall as they are in level 1. But they take the same amount of hits to beat, and you get the same size stick when you pick them up. Clearly Rare is just starting to run out of ideas and is just recycling things and kind of mixing the environments around a little bit. This is Big Blag, possibly the hardest boss in video game history. He will destroy you. all these lives I've collected over time, it is good that I have them at this point because I will lose every single one of them and just not be able to beat... Oh, never mind, he's dead. I was just kidding. No, Big Black's really easy. You just have to get him in a loop with a stick. I believe you can do the same thing with the headbutt, though I'm not 100% sure about that. I know it's a lot easier if you just beat him with a stick, and that's true of any situation in life. Well, now we're back to the Turbo Tunnel. I mean Surf City, where instead of insulation, we're dodging water mines. Though I will admit this is trickier than the Turbo Tunnel because the mines appear randomly, whereas in the Turbo Tunnel they're just, you know, all in set places. But it's really difficult, probably gonna die, even though if you stayed at the bottom you can dodge pretty much all of them, but I'll probably end up killing myself anyway because Surf City is more like Death City. And it's gonna have just fucking with you guys, I'd beat the level, it's no big deal. Not if I have my needle cannon. What? Oh, Professor T-Bird, that is disgusting! Oh, that makes me feel so... Oh, what is the word? Really, really groovy. Ugh. Snake Pit next. I'm relieved. Let me just get that out there right now, and I know that may be surprising for people to hear, considering I'm playing Battletoads, but I, Diabetus, am feeling relieved. And I'll tell you why, because I'm playing Karnath's Lair, level 6 of Battletoads, better known as the Snake Pit. This relief comes from the fact that there are no enemies in this level. There is nothing to cut my chest open with an axe like pigs are wont to do. I'm not gonna get shocked falling down some electric shaft. I'm not gonna fly off my speeder bike because I fell in a pit of balls in a brain! I can have snowballs thrown at me. I'm not going to surf over exploding mines. This level is very zen. Nicolas Cage enjoys playing Battletoads. He enjoys playing Battletoads for a variety of reasons. But the reason Nicolas Cage enjoys Battletoads is that watching these toads jump over these snakes and spikes makes Nicolas Cage feel like that he's never gonna have a truly bad day. Because these toads go through so much turmoil and difficulty that makes anything Nicolas Cage do look incredibly easy just by comparison. Which is why Nicolas Cage is really excited to hunt for the treasure. But now I'm really tired. That was different. Anyway, the Snake Pit is a nice relief compared to what has happened prior. Of course, that's assuming that you use the warp point that was there just a second ago. The rest of the Snake Pit is a bit of a nightmare. You see, this warp point in this level is one of the most well-known warp points in all of Battletoads history. And of course, in Battletoads history there are 4 warps, but bear with me for a second. That warp is vital because people are smart enough to know that they don't want to play the rest of the Snake Pit level. They're not that stupid, and they're also not stupid enough to want to play Voltmeyer's Inferno, which is the level that comes immediately after this if you don't use the warp point. So yeah, you remember when I said that the Snake Pit is incredibly easy and nice relief? Yeah, well, guess what? I'm also fucking full of shit! If you have the right equipment, though, you can pull through. Now note in this section that if you slip up even once, you're dead. There's no floor to fall on. Rare is a terrorist organization. I'm just gonna say that right now. But if you have some of the following equipment, you'll be able to pull this off. Number 1, you need to at least be a PhD student in physics. You need to understand the trajectory of the snakes, and you've got to understand Rash's jump patterns, his initial velocity, and the way he sort of floats a little bit when he jumps. His jumping is a lot like Master Chief in Halo 3. I suppose that might be realistic for a Toad, but I kinda doubt it. You also need to keep in mind the very bad hit detection of this game. If you even come a little too close to one of those spike balls, you're going to die. You also need to be depraved. You need to realize that there is nothing else in your life going for you, besides the drive to beat this game. And even then, you have to realize that the payoff is meaningless, because you could have used the warp point just a few seconds ago, but you didn't! Why didn't you do it? Were you beaten as a child? Is that what the fucking problem is with you? Is that it? Is that what was wrong this whole time? Was it just love that you needed? Was it love? Is that all you need? Battletoads! Yeah, we're good enough to insult. Thank you. Thank you, your fucking fake majesty. We'll see if I'm alive for the next level. Battletoads is a lot of things, but the one thing it is above all else is a tool that delves into the human mind itself. For years now, psychologists and psychiatrists, anybody interested in the human brain, have, for such a long time now, used this game to peer into the human mind, to see what causes the human mind to experience depression and panic disorder. For instance, when you're playing Voltmeyer's Inferno level 7, you will first react with a sense of panic and post-traumatic stress disorder, because you think you're playing the Turbo Tunnel level again. But you're not. You realize, going into it, that it's a little bit worse than the Turbo Tunnel level. You have to make these extremely specific time jumps onto logs that are floating on what appears to be textureless purple air water. You have the rats, which were tame in the Turbo Tunnel, but in this level, they just run at you like crazy. I guess their hyperactivity makes them have very low defense because they die in one hit, even if you just punch them once. But that's not okay. That's not okay at all. You got the Space Invaders coming back to just kind of nudge you in the side like a thorn. You have rats and their suppository spaceships come flying at you with no remorse. Panic and depression is what this game is all about. It's affected me in that way too. I've gotten a virus in the past few days. Things are happening to me. So the more I think about it, the more I feel like I'm going into some sort of zone of danger. I've learned to accept it. I've learned to accept these changes that are happening to me in my life because of this game. Yesterday going to work, my car turned into a jet all of a sudden, right as everything around me suddenly caught fire. Lightning bolts came out of the sky and I had to fly in between them in order to actually get to the office safely. I accepted it. Weird things happen to people sometimes, and you have to go with the flow. That's what I've learned. What I've learned most of all is that this game is changing my life itself the more I play it. With each level, my life itself becomes like this game, this Battletoads game. Level 8, the Intruder Excluder, is no exception. I noticed a lot of life changes right after I finished. When I woke up this morning, my roommates were both gone. All that was left were 2 sets of ashes on the ground, and these dreidels spitting out lightning were sitting next to them, floating next to them, glowing and making really annoying buzz sounds that don't even sound like electricity. I accepted it. I've learned just to accept these things that happen. I knew what I was getting myself into when I started playing Battletoads, and I'm not going to stop either. Every elevator I go into now, there are these small nipples that spit out poisonous gas. You adapt. You just hold your breath and try to only go up a floor or 2 before you take the stairs. I've even gotten used to the really fruity design of every elevator I go into now, which is purple and has pink construction beams in it for reasons that I'm not entirely sure of. But I accept it. Battletoads has taught me to accept every change that happens in my life, regardless of how unusual it may be, how implausible it may seem. You just have to go with it and accept it. And that's exactly what I've done. This is the 3/4 point of the game now. There's 25% more of my life that hasn't been changed yet, and I'm going to see what that 25% yields. Maybe I'm becoming a monster. Maybe I just don't even care anymore. Maybe I'm a nihilist. But I'm not going to stop. Not now. Not ever. Call it morbid curiosity. Call it excitement. But there's still a lot more change that's to come. And I, for one, welcome it. I'd like to encourage you all to relax for a moment, because what you're viewing right now is level 9 of Battletoads, the Terror Tubes. The Terror Tubes is one of, if not the most, bullshit platformer level that has ever dared grace, I use the word grace with the utmost sarcasm and disdain, that has ever presented itself onto an NES platformer. This level has everything you would possibly need if you want to gouge your eyes out, hang yourself, or simply raise your self-esteem because you realize that your life is not nearly as bad as Rash's. For example, maybe you have finals coming up, or you've recently taken them, or some sort of other big test. Compare that aspect of your life to what's going on right now in Rash's life. Rash is swimming through the gayest sewer system ever designed. I guess the Dark Queen designed it herself, being the feminazi that she is. And instead of having practical water irrigation or other sorts of sewage systems, she just basically randomly puts water in the place and has a variety of spike spinny thingies that chase around any plumbers or anybody, period, that would, for some reason, want to infiltrate it. Rash is stressed, and Rash is not doing too well for himself. So think about that, and then compare it to your own problems. Did your girlfriend leave you? Did your wife abort your child? Or, I don't really know what sorts of problems you hipsters are coming up with nowadays, but I can only assume there's something like that. Now, if you really want to have an anxiety attack, this part of the level will do wonders for you. those little eels, when you get close to them, they have little proximity detectors on them where they will lash out at you with electricity and really, really piss you the fuck off, especially if you're just trying to get to the next section and the eel is just kind of hanging around being an inconsiderate fellow, like he is. But you can slip past him if you are patient and, well, daring. But again, I beg you to relax. These fish may look cute, but they have incredible jaw-like powers where their dentists infuse them with some sort of molar or some sort of really horrendous underbite that expands their jaw to like 5 times its normal strength and gives it the power of a battering ram, which can easily knock you into one of the spikes that are casually dispersed throughout the level. And the gray eels. The gray eels. The gray eels are the most annoying enemy in this game because not only do they block that narrow path, but they also follow you, both of them. So you have to, while you're pulling your hair out and screaming, because I guarantee that when you play this part, you will be gritting your teeth and screaming the whole time into your pillow, or just into your mouth in general, trying to block out noise. Then you pass that part, you think you can relax, but then you have another anxiety attack because now Rash is dramatically slowed down because he has to swim away from the movie spike spinny things. Especially this part right here. That is a very difficult jump to make. It's a very bullshit jump to make. It's at this point that you may have died. I'm not even going to go into how many times I attempted this level without using save states, but I will say I did use one save reload in this level. I gave myself one save state checkpoint. I'm not going to tell you where it is, but I had to give myself a little bit of leeway. I played this level... Oh god, those ducks. If you want to have nightmares, those ducks are a good source of it because they look all cute and bouncy, and then they suddenly become little demon shit creatures who just batter you across the stage and kill you in one hit. But as I was saying... I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I mean, I guess the thesis of what I'm saying is never ever play Battletoads. Yes, it is an infamous game. It's highly well known in games of antiquity. But don't find out why. Don't try. Don't play it. I know I'm giving out contests and stuff for this, but don't. Just don't. You have a family, you have friends, go out with them, enjoy life. Because this game is the antithesis to all things that are positive in life. By the way, you can kick that shark if you want to, de-stress, but I would rather finish the fucking level. Which I finally did after X amount of tries. Has anyone ever called someone a wart feature before? Because I can't see how that would be remotely insulting. I'll see you guys at the rat race. Happy holidays. Howdy, and welcome to Rat Race. A very unique level of Battletoads. Like all levels, this one has its own particular gimmick behind it. And this one turns Battletoads into an incredibly graphically updated first-person shooter. Rash gets a gun, and he gets a variety of power-ups, and instead of having hearts, your life force is replaced with a shield. That allows you to withstand a whole lot more damage, since in other levels you normally die in one hit. Which is an incredible... I'm just kidding. This is Halo, I'm not playing the rat race at all. You stupid fucking idiot. I'm taking this rat down! Sorry about the confusion. Got the rat races mixed up a little bit. But this is the real rat race. Level 10 of Battletoads. A level so successful, so highly acclaimed by gamers and opinion leaders worldwide that legislation was passed decreeing that Rare must remake this level for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, and so they did. So they did. No, Rare wasn't full of lazy designers at all. They were innovating upon their previous innovations, while also putting in a lot less work hours in doing so. Rat Race, a good business model. Now, I will say about this level is that, as far as difficulty goes, it is not nearly as hard as the Terratubes. In fact, it's a significant drop in difficulty for the first 2/3 of the level. The final leg of the race, if you will, is a bit more of a kick in the nuts, but you'll see that a little later. Now, as you may have seen in that previous little tiny outtakes video that I posted, you can end this level prematurely if you're able to kill the rat right after you intelligently disarm the bomb by kicking it as hard as you can into the ceiling. If you can do that, the rat is flagged as a boss, so if you can successfully kill him, the level will end at that moment instead of you having to do all of this other descending nonsense. But I'm a man! I'm a man going down a tower with random honeycomb backgrounds. I've got to do all of it. Every last little bit. And I'm gonna enjoy it! Immensely. Now, one thing I will applaud Rare on in this level is how they encourage rat violence. I love rat violence. I can't get enough of seeing rats blown up, getting their heads chopped open, decapitated, their insides cut out, and other naughty, nasty things being done to them. I love it. And I know that when scientists finally find the cure for cancer and diabetes, I will personally thank Rare and this game, Battletoads, for doing so. Now here is the final leg of the level where things get a little bit tricky, because that rat is a steroid-induced fiend who probably plays baseball on the side, and he will always be faster than Rash. There's no way around it. So in those sections where there's beams pretty much covering the entire floor, like here, the only way you can slow the rat down is to headbutt him. Now you have to have pretty good timing to headbutt this rat as well. If you miss one headbutt, you won't get another chance. He'll get ahead of you. There's not enough race left after this part in order to catch up. But if you do so like that, you'll be fine. But no, that's just not enough. The level also has to throw a boss at you. The most furious boss of... Hello? Mr... Oh, okay. Well, that's a little unusual. Bebop is very sleepy. Hello. He's got a little trot going on. He's starting to... There he goes. We woke up Bebop. I mean, Pig Boss. This game would never rip off the Ninja Turtles. Never. Yes, I imagine that you've been able to figure out the boss's pattern right now, but I'm gonna explain it anyway. The more you hit this boss, the faster he goes. So you gotta grab this boss by the protruding instruments from his head in order to figure this thing out. Once he goes fast enough, you're not gonna have time to get behind him and punch him, so you have to do timed headbutts, which is something this game absolutely loves. But if you keep doing that, you can get him into a loop like that, and almost achieve great success. Now normally if that boss hits you once, if he's close enough to you, he'll hit you while you're down on the ground and delete the rest of your life, and make you generally a sad person. But it's all about gumption. It's all about being really obsessive-compulsive about not dying. Yes. The best level, Clinger Winger. I can't wait. I'm also a compulsive liar. Here is everything you need to know about level 11 of Battletoads, Clinger Winger. Throughout the level, Rash races for his life on an ab roller while the evil spirit of the 1970s chases after him to kill him. You'll have to bear with me because I swear I'm not making this up. As you go through the level, you have to press the direction that Rash is racing in. Otherwise, he will slow to a crawl, and the ghost of Free Love Past will overtake him and kill him. If you lose a life, no matter where you are in the level, throughout the racing part, you'll have to start all over. The only way to gain ground is to cut corners extremely fast by pressing the new direction you're going in as you switch directions. Throughout the entire level, the tie-dye apparition will always be faster than Rash, so the only way to speed up is to take those corners with precise timing. At the end of the level, you have to fight the Psychedelic Spectre as a boss, as the final little fuck you from Rare for this nightmarish level. It may look easy, but I encourage you all to try it for yourself before you make judgments. Seeing as how this is a very dramatic level, I have put dramatic music over it to heighten the sense of the need to hurry, the rush, the desperation. This is Clinger Winger. well, here we are. The end of Battletoads. The end of all things. It's been quite a harrowing journey to reach this point. There's a lot of things I want to say, but I don't know how to say them. But I think it all started. And that's what I've been trying to get across this whole time. Whew. Oh, that was a lot to get off my chest. I'm still crying a little bit, but just disregard that. Disregard the sappiness of everything I said. I do hope it brings us all together, but it's time to focus on the here and now. It's time to focus on what is at hand, what is going to be televised, what is now. That's right, it's level 12 of Battletoads, the Revolution, the final level. And I might regret saying this, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it, mostly because a representative from Rare has me at gunpoint. But this level design, I'll admit, despite everything, despite the 11 levels of absolute bullshit that the game has thrown at the player so far, I will admit begrudgingly that the level design behind this is actually pretty cool. The gimmick behind it is... It's neat, okay? It's neat. It's kind of cool. I like how the little tower thing in the background revolves as you move, as if you're going in a circular pattern in each part of the... This is difficult for me to admit. It's difficult for me to admit that anything Battletoads related is, in any shape or form, neat. But I'll admit it, this is neat. Despite that, though, this level is still frustrating, because you still have to have pretty good timing in just about everything you do, like these yellow rhinoceros baby creatures who do things like that! Whereas if you're just slightly off in your little headbutts, you'll be stunned for a second afterwards, and they'll have a chance to horn you in the toady nads. And that's just not fair. I don't respect that very much. I don't respect that level decision. If they wanted to make the level cool, they should have followed through all the way. Not have clouds of absolute green horseshit flying around, spitting out poisonous bubbles at you. That doesn't... What? And these enemies. I don't even get it. They're like, ah! And then you just beat them senseless and they die. You still have to have relative timing on that, because if they do get near you, they will kill you instantly. And I would also like to stress that Rare completely crapped over their design, their cool design that they had for this level, by having a very limited amount of checkpoints, which they don't even indicate to you when they are. I've reached one of those a little while ago, but if you die in a part of the level, chances are you're going to get flung back pretty damn far and have to do this stupid stuff again. Like, time your jumps as the tower evolves and the clouds move faster because the background is spinning and they're going to spit the poisonous gas at you and make you fall. What is this bullshit? This level is neat, but I want to like... I want to like it. I do want to like this level. But unfortunately, this level is about as hard as the Terratubes. And that's saying a pretty good... That's saying a lot. That green cloud you saw a second ago takes a lot to hit, and if you don't have the stick, it is going to take an extremely long time to kill you. And chances are you won't even have the stick in the first place, because there are so many easy ways to die in this level that you'll get flung back to the earlier checkpoint, which has no stick. Now here is where the level design gets cool again. See, as you stand on the parts that rotate around the tower, you are stationary, but the tower itself still moves. That's innovation. I respect that. I respect that so much that I'm crying a little bit. Just a little bit, though. Rare has so much potential, and they did prove their potential by designing games after this. I don't know if this was in their earlier days when they were experimenting with drugs, kind of like the Beatles did. Rare is obviously the Beatles of video game design. Oh, by the way, like you saw me miss the ramp right there, if I had not landed back on the ramp, I would have died, because the ground beneath you disappears and instantly turns into a bottomless pit of shit! Now, Olmec from Legends of the Hidden Temple will appear intermittently throughout this level and rise up when those sticks appear and attempt to blow you off the tower. So you have to hold on to the sticks that come down and it's all very good fun. If you don't hold on to them, you'll get blown away and die instantly. Instant death again. This enemy, instant death. Falling into a pit that you accidentally create for no reason, instant death. Wait, when did I say that I actually thought this level was cool? There's gotta be something wrong with me. Or maybe it's just because that playing through 11 levels worth of this stuff has just made me not understand good quality from bad quality. Like, what if I played a fun video game? Like, if I were to go back and play Super Mario Bros. 3 for the hell of it, I would probably think it was the greatest thing I've ever seen. It would probably give me an orgasm from the minute I hit the start button on one player. I would jizz myself, and it would probably continue for at least a couple of hours without stopping. Well, I think I know what I'm gonna do after I finish playing this. That's neither here nor there, though. Now here's another tricky part, because Olmec comes up and, he blows out his bullshit about the Shrine of the Silver Monkey as he blows his hot air ass bubble gas shit at you. I hate that Olmec son of a bitch. But I think that's the last we hear of him. Now this fucking thing is the most annoying thing in this level. You can't kill it, and it just flies randomly around the level, blowing air at you, and will blow you off. So if you don't constantly move, and keep in mind you have bottomless pits everywhere you go, so if you slow down at all, you're gonna get blown off, or you'll be in such a hurry, like that right there, you'll miss slightly, but then you won't have any ground below you, so... Oh, but hey, it's the Dark Queen. The final boss fight, the end. Level 13, actually. And technically this is level 13, because if you lose all of your lives and get a game over, instead of having to play through the Revolution again, you'll start at this boss fight. That's very nice of Rare, but honestly, Rare, too little, too late. Far, far too late. After everything you've put me through, all the bruises I've collected, all the friends I've lost, this does not make up for that in any way. And what makes it even more of a slap in the face is that the Dark Queen isn't even hard. Compared to the other bosses, she's not much harder than the level 1 boss. You can hit the Dark Queen at any time. Even when she's a tornado, you can still hit her. She's not invincible. Now, like you saw right there, if you don't time the headbutt quite right, you will take damage. So, while she's vulnerable, it's kind of risky to do, but if you're in a hurry and you want to kick this bitch's ass, because honestly, after playing through that level, you're probably going to want to kick a little bit of bitch ass, then yeah, you're going to do it. But I expected a lot more from this boss fight. Like those things in the background, those starbursts, I expected them to come flying into the background, smack Rash in the face, or even worse, Rash's hand turns into a hypodermic needle and ejects himself with that stuff that they use to put dogs to sleep, which would stop Rash's heart immediately and kill him. That's what I thought this boss fight would be like, but no. Not so. It's actually pretty easy. And with being called cattle loads, which I suppose is an insult even though they're not, farmyard animals, the game's over. How about that? But we have an epic ending ahead of us. Think about everything the game has thrown at you so far. Just all the shit. Rare is surely going to be kind enough to reward the player with an ending deserving of the amount of effort put in to beating this game. All of it is just... I can't wait to see what the payoff is. That is going to make my entire effort worth it. Okay, so we got some exposition here. Blah blah, she runs away. Till next time, but then the Toads celebrate by That's it. That's it, isn't it? That's the whole ending. You mother... I hate it when... You know what? I hate it. I hate it when games just end abruptly with absolutely no warning. Game made by dermatologists. Actually, it was pretty common release, so I don't know what that's all about. Their first idea was fight frogs, but it didn't have quite a good ring to it. Battlemaniacs, made in the year 1QQ3 by Rare Latid. Let's check out the introduction sequence so we can get the plot behind this very plot-heavy game. Apparently big forest fire in the background. Is this a sitcom all of a sudden? Professor T. Bird, Silas Volkmeyer, Jason Alexander, with a special guest appearance by Scuzz. Tonight's episode, Gaia Chung Law Fortress. It's a high-tech dojo. Take it off! Stop talking! I really have no idea what this thing is supposed to be. Like, a movie, or some kind of virtual reality gaming? Dude, it's like total reality? This was the first idea for the Nintendo Wii before they fixed it. Wait, who's talking? Men are such pigs. Whoa, good thing that bat was turned the way it was. Is the duck saying that, or...? Oh, holy shit! Oh. Beetlejuice, you're not looking good. He must be the brains behind the operation. Well, I guess we shouldn't do anything then. Game over. It was a good game. I liked it. Very, very interactive. And that's the introduction. Woo, alright, hey guys, how y'all doing? My name is Diabetus, and welcome to my very first LP thread of Battletoads and Battlemaniacs, the Super Nintendo follow-up to the highly successful, highly easy, highly beatable NES. Who am I kidding? I'm talking out of my ass. I'd never ever beat the NES version of Battletoads. And if you, the viewer, have beaten the NES version of Battletoads, then I would invite you to play this game with me. Because as such, I'm doing a solo LP of this game, mostly to show off everything, show off how it works, and I know that I can actually beat this game. Later levels are extremely difficult, challenging, and quite frankly, they'll make you want to die. Doesn't it sound like so much fun? Yeah, it sounds like a fucking blast. Anyway, we have our little options here, as you can see. 1 player, 2 players A, 2 players B. 2 players A is if you have a very antagonistic friend you want to play with. This turns on friendly fire and allows you to beat the living shit out of each other. So, hell, I don't know, maybe your friend slept with your mom, or punched your girlfriend in the face for some reason, and you want to get revenge, but you're a little too passive-aggressive to do it yourself. Well, play some Battletoads and Battlemaniacs on 2 players A. You'll show him. 2 players B just, turns that off, and it's a lot easier for everyone involved. Doesn't create quite a sense of animosity amongst each other. And this makes the game, beatable. For now, though, I'll just be going 1 player. Beast and bacon, eh? Now you gotta love that alliteration. Yes, as you can see, I'm going with Rash, the 2-player controller version because, well, I like him more. He's more agile, he's faster, he has a better jump, as you can see, he can prance around like a little fairy person. It's great. Anyway, this is the stage 1, which is the beat-em-up level of the game. Rash has a few different moves. He has his Talk to the Hand attack, highly effective. He has, when you're right here, his Look at My Crotch attack. And look at my crotch. And look at my crotch. He's a little ashamed of it, he has to cover it up. Oh, also when you put Rash in an idle animation, he does this incredibly discomforting thing. Do it again. Come on. Come on, do it again. You know you want to. I'll hurt you. Yes, Rash, ladies and gentlemen. can get in situations where enemies aren't trying to flank me, I can show off his other moves, like here. His Soccer Mom attack, and his You Have My Axe attack. Axe Body Splat. Sorry. When enemies are on the ground, you can be very mean to them and do this. And if you do it long enough, yes, you get the Skip It attack. Personally, I would play Skip It, or I would watch little children play Skip It if I was able to provide them with the ball and chain model. I don't know, just make the game more interesting to me. Go back to Legend of Zelda, you Stealthos reject. Yeah, that's right. Oh no. Yes, this strays from the side-scrolling beat-em-up very ever so slightly by, you know, throwing volcanic activity your way with toad-seeking missile-type attacks. I'm pretty sure that's not how volcanoes work, because, I mean, look at that. Look, volcano in the background, violently exploded fireballs all over me, and it just, you know, a few stray ones, while lava casually runs down the side. Also, if I remember, you know, science correctly, I'm pretty sure that if you're this close to lava, like the, you know, whole, oh shit, like the whole river of it below you, you'll get burned alive pretty much. At least as far as memory serves me. Aha! I'm not fooled by your erosive activity, land. I forgot to do something when the game started, which would have made my life a lot easier. Yeah, what a bunch of fucking idiots. What was I saying? Oh yes, at the very beginning of the game there's a cheat code you can put in. Yes, Battletoads and Battlemaniacs has one cheat code you can use, and does it give you infinite lives? Super attack... Hey, it's Michael Clark Duncan. Does it give you super attack power? Super speed? Invincibility? No, it gives you 2, yes, count them, 2 extra lives. Yes, it lets you start the game with 5 lives and 5 continues, as opposed to 3 lives and 3 continues. Whoopty fucking shit, am I right, guys? Well, I did forget to do that cheat at the beginning, and normally when I play this game I, you know, make very much a point to do that, because it's pretty easy to die. But hey, y'all like being entertained, and like seeing people suffer, so... why? But y'all like seeing people suffer, so... yeah, I'll go the 3 life route and see if I can make it. If not, then hell, I'll just go back and do it with 5 lives. This kind of looks like some kind of aerobic workout tape. And 1, and 2, and walk, and 2, and 3, and walk, and show your purple Speedo. That looks like something Borat would wear. I mean, why is the Dark Queen giving her army of evil pigmen, you know, fruity purple... I mean, what the hell do you even call that? It's like someone combined overalls with a Speedo and thought it was attractive. Anyway. Oh, God. It gets kind of hard when you're being flanked by 3 guys with high HP. But, well, somehow they're hurting each other more than they're hurting me, which is fine. I need to knock on wood every time I say something like that. That's right. Talk to the hand. Oh shit. Yes, this game employs Wile E. Coyote type physics as well, which is, you know, just fantastic. So guys, you remember that Skip It attack I was telling you about? Well, let's do it some more on the enemies with ridiculously high health points. These skeletons also have ridiculously high hit points, but lava, like it applies to most people and skeletons, I guess, also makes insta-kills. They don't leap up from the lava and attack like, you know, a T-1000 type model. And I really don't want to die on this level because these 3 lives are very precious. Oh, I was gonna hump the statue. You have my... oh, well... I love doing that so much. Okay, I need to kick him into the lava, which would be easy if he, you know, didn't absolutely refuse to switch sides with me. It's like one of those cheap fighting games, where each player stays on the same side the whole time. Well, looks like we're almost at the end of the level. I don't see anything Looks like clear sailing from here, a bunch of Dark Queen statues. Maybe we're getting close to the end. Oh! Oh god, it's what's that even supposed to be? It's like a bunch of people wanted to make a statue of Ganon, but it's like, you know what? Let's put about 300 more pounds on him. Then he'll be more worshipable. Well, this boss is about as easy as it looks, because all you have to do is kick him off the screen, and then just run to the left, and he won't be able to crush you with his, Yoshi Blood Stomp attack. Statue just looks really constipated or something. The end. Whoa, Jessica Rabbit turned goth, and I like it. Breaking out into a musical number there, or... He's just playing World of Warcraft. Thanks, Dr. McCheesy. Let's save state there. And yes, this is level 2, but... well, you don't get to see that right now, because I am done with this recording. So tune in next time where we descend the vertical level, because, let's face it, the horizontal beat-em-up thing was getting kinda old, so... let's do the same thing, only vertical. God, it sounds like so much fun that I kinda wanna die. Well, folks, thanks for watching. Tune in next time when we tackle level 2. See ya! The name's Rash. Rash B. Toad. As you can see, I used to be in the school marching band. I played the cymbals, and I played them damn good. But now, I was here. In the worst downward spiral of my life. Falling down a tree for God knows what reason. Beating the shit out of wasps. But, I don't know how to explain it. But, punching these wasps, repeatedly over and over again, yeah, it somehow made me feel more alive. More alive than I've ever felt before. More alive than anything. I was invincible. And then that snake thing bit me, and it got me thinking, how had my life become so damn terrible? I was on some sort of downward spiral, and not just physically as I was descending that tree in what looked like some sort of dissected disco ball laced with techno-chrome pimp shit. No, I was in a life downward spiral. Everything had gone bad. It all started just a few months ago. I wasn't always a good frog. A good toad, rather. No. I used to misbehave. I was one of the bad boys. In case my awesome sunglasses didn't clue you into that. No. I was bad. I would go out, sell underage tadpoles drugs, and then I would fuck them too. And you know what? I didn't give a shit. Because that was just how I rolled. It's what I did. But then one day, when I was hitting the club scene, I met someone. Her name was Betty. She was into the club scene just as much as I was. And the weirdest thing? She was a human being. I never gotten along very well with humans. They always used to step on me, lick me, do all kinds of things that were just... disgusting. Fucking humans. But nah, this dame... she was different. We had a real connection. She understood me. I would hit the dance floor like crazy. And you know what? Admittedly, I was a bad fucking dancer. In fact, I sucked ass at it. But you know what? She thought it was cute when I was sliming up the dance floor with my skin liquidy residue. It was cute. She told me, well, your dancing is rather rash. Yeah, I thought it was cute. It was real cute. And that's when we bonded. She always said, she told me, I had a spring-loaded personality. And I appreciated that. She knew who I was. So we started going out, that dame and I. And you know what? It was the best sex I've ever had in my life. I could never have enough. It was the best time of my life for either of us. I would go as far to say, and I don't say this kind of shit very often, but it was... well, it was beautiful. But then, things started changing. Things started going, well, wrong. She had something on her face one day. It was... some kind of boil. And it just wouldn't go away. That fucking thing, it just wouldn't leave me alone. It taunted me. It taunted me like some kind of beacon. But you know, in spite of that, I tried to keep up my animal magnetism. I did what I could, but... fuck. It was just so hard. The electricity was quickly fading out of our relationship, and I started feeling like I was dying. I guess I should explain more. That boil on her face, every time I looked at it, every time I looked at that red dot staring right at me, taunting me, it reminded me of my brothers. Every time I looked at it, I couldn't not associate it with those two. I mean, we're close, brothers and all, but come on. I don't want to think about them when I'm slithering up in her vagina. No, it was wrong. It was weeks had gone by. And nothing was changing. Everything was staying the same. I couldn't take it anymore. Every time I saw it, I thought of zits or I thought of pimple. The whole situation blew. I couldn't stand it anymore. So, I popped it. Yeah, that's right. We were in bed one night and I just popped the fucking thing. Yeah, it sucked. But oh well, what can you do, huh? She went batshit insane. She kicked me right in the toad nads. In fact, every time I jump now, I just cower in fear. It was terrible. Soon she started calling herself the Dark Queen, and she fucked Professor T-Bird, made him quack real good. And now here I was, falling down a tree. But I'll never get rid of my VHS tapes of her. After all, I need something to keep me going. That's me. That's Rash. Oh boy, a bonus level! I'm so excited, this is gonna be great. Yeah, the game decides to give you a little bit of a break after doing the first 2 levels, and they give you a chance to earn points for extra lives. As much as it may look like I'm collecting points like crazy, you only get 1 extra life for every 200 points you collect, so I'll be walking away from this place with 2 extra lives. No more. That's kind of pointless, because I got 5 extra lives in the last level by employing the Super Mario method on the wasps there, but now what can you do? And the game strips you up a little bit. You have to dodge these mole people wearing firefighter outfits. And they apparently can't drive stick shifts too. They're probably women. I see what the game designers were trying to do with this level. I mean, look at it. Look at the background. They were trying to incorporate board games and such that are favorite American pastimes. Look at what you have here. You have checkers, you have air hockey, chess, cards, bowling, and outer space, too. People like outer space. So their hearts were in the right place. I can see what they were trying to do here, but the actual execution, it leaves a little bit to be desired. Now, if I were the game designer, and it was my job to design this level, I would keep the elements they have in place here already. I think those are good. They got the right idea, but I would change the application of them a little bit. Oh, okay. Imagine this. Rash is in this big arena type of setting, and he's not riding a checker piece or anything like that. The arena itself is like one giant air hockey table. So he's not affected by gravity at all, he's just floating the whole time. And instead of riding a checker piece, he's riding one of those knight chess pieces in the back there. Only it's an actual horse, and not just any normal horse, it's wearing armor, and it can breathe fire too, a fire-breathing horse. Who doesn't love that? I sure do. And then, instead of fighting those mole people, or whatever, come on, instead you fight the pawn and the rook pieces back there, only they're like giants, and they're armed with bowling balls, and they're just chucking them at you like crazy, and you have to deflect them using Rash's ball and chain attachment that he used in level 1, and so it's like an epic battle. And the final countdown's playing too, just because. Okay, so you're doing pretty well, you've collected like 300 points already, things are going pretty well. But then, out of nowhere, you get warped into fucking outer space. Holy shit, that is awesome. So you're in outer space, right? You're still on your horse and everything, but then the rat people and those cards come to life, and they start attacking you with the checker pieces. Only they're not just checker pieces, they're also, get this, concussive grenades. So you gotta be charging at them with your horse, dodging concussive grenades left and right, going crazy, and you gotta charge at them, and you gotta breathe fire on them so you'll burn the cards in live and burn the cards in outer space. I know oxygen has to support fire, you can't do that in outer space, but I mean, come on, that would be so awesome. And then after it's all said and done, you... Oh, no, it's over. Oh boy, the bike level's coming up. Yeah, that'll be fun. Whizzing walls? Is he looking at a public toilet? Well, anyway, that's the end of that video. Stay tuned next time when I tackle the speed bike level, which you may remember from the NES Battletoads. All I'm gonna say about it is that it is more of the same. So yeah, I'm looking very much forward to that. And I hope the rest of you are too. Till then, my name is still Diabetus. Thanks for watching. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bob Bobble, and welcome to a very exciting time trial run of the Turbo Tunnel. Today's contestant is Rash B. Toad, who competed in last year's edition of the Turbo Tunnel time trial run, and came out with a very respectable second place, losing only slightly to his brother Zitz, who walked away with the grand prize of a 50-pound jar of flies. Rash, however, walked away with the consolation prize of $5,000, and he looks like he is about ready to get started. He's doing some stretches right now, but before we get started on the race itself, and while Rash is still getting ready, let's take a look at last year's clip showing Rash's performance and seeing what made him fall into the second place position. Here we see Rash descending from the long jump. He'd been doing very well here, and some great style points for that. He was also able to dodge the mole vehicles with no problems whatsoever. And even during the part of the race where the ramps were taken away entirely, he was able to get by just fine by relying on his own jumping power as a Toad. Here we see him coming up on the last leg of the race now. Again, he was the top contender, all had been going well, but then all of a sudden, he was warped into another dimension, which did not look good for his overall score. Here we see when the refs were debating about it, deciding what call to make. After some time, they decided to deduct 2 minutes from Rash's overall score, which put him in second place behind his brother Zitz, losing him the race. As for Rash himself, he wound up in the interdimensional warp, taking him to the Kanoa Resort in the Galapagos Islands, which is not where you want to be during an important race. Wait, I'm getting something in my ear now. Yes, it looks like Rash is ready to go. Let's switch back live to the Turbo Tunnel and see how it goes. And here comes Rash now. He's hopped on his bike, and he is off. He has a very confident demeanor, he has a big smile on his face, and he is keeping his sunglasses, which, though some may consider it unwise because it impairs vision, Rash insists on wearing them all the time because they are stylish, and they represent who he is. As you can see in this year's race, we are using concrete slabs instead of fiberglass that we used in last year's obstacle course. These concrete slabs are brought to you by Lowe's, your source for appliances, tools, home decor, lighting, kitchen cabinets, ceramic tile, and kitchen design. Stop by your local branch of Lowe's today. They home deliver. Well, as you can see, Rash is very confident. He's doing very well. Absolutely no mix-ups at all so far. He's hitting the ramps portion of the course right now. He seems to be anticipating them very well. He sees them coming up ahead, and he appears to know what direction to go in. The concrete slabs are beginning to appear faster now, but they don't appear to be tripping Rash up at all. That smile will not go off his face. And now he's entering the third part of the race. Yes, now the floating barricades are appearing, which are presenting more of a challenge than last year, because the floating ones are this time the same color as the ones that are embedded on the ground. But Rash seems to be doing just fine. He seems to be anticipating them very well and anticipating their position. Oh my god! Oh, and the bike goes flying straight out of the arena as Rash careens directly into one of the floating barricades, splattering his gray matter all over the gray matter beneath him. Let's go back and take another look at that. Rash had been doing just fine up to this point. He had seen the barriers coming, he knew when to jump, he had all the moves down from his last year's experience, but he wasn't anticipating the floating ones to come this soon! Oh, that has got to hurt! He seems to be on his bike now. Let's go back. Rash is back on his bike now. He seems to have recovered. He has a new repaired bike, and though his pride may be hurt and his time may be hurt, he insists on pressing on. He's hit the floating ramp again. Here he comes up to the same part as before. Oh, he sees it this time, and he dodges it. Now he's hitting the puzzly part of the obstacle course, where there are two different ramps, one embedded in the ground and one floating. Rash has decided to hit both of the ones that are floating, which seems to have been the right choice. And now he is entering the fourth part of the obstacle course. The ramps are coming up slightly faster, as well as the concrete slabs. And more flooding. Oh my god! And Rash goes flying! Oh, that is going to leave a mark on his temporal lobe that he will not soon forget. That is going to be one severe blow to his time. Let's take another look at that. Perhaps Rash had begun anticipating too much, anticipating the concrete slabs coming in these formations of two. Perhaps he was anticipating something coming next, but he did not count on that block appearing right there. Oh, that has gotta hurt a lot. And he goes flying out of the arena. He seems to have recovered. Let's go back. And we're back. Rash had to get stitched up a little bit, but he seems to be fine. The smile on his face now appears to be more of a grim look of determination. Oh, and he falls into the pit, but jumps right back out on what appears to be a pituitary gland. Hopefully that pituitary gland will also stimulate his growth as a racer. He's in the pit of balls again, but he gets back out, and he is now at the part of the obstacle course where there are no ramps at all. He has to depend on his own jumping power, which he did exceptionally well last year. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the final leg of the race now. They're just coming at him left and right. Can he do it? Can he keep up the pace? He's going up and down and up and down. He seems to be making it. He seems to be having no problems. Oh, no! Rash takes a moment to breathe. He appears to be ready. He's going for it. He's going for it. He's not going to let that injury stop him. He is determined to finish this race. Come hell or high water. He's seeing them coming. He's moving. He's moving. Can he make it? And he makes it! He makes it to the end of the obstacle course. Let's see what our judges have to say. Well, judge number 1 doesn't seem to think that he did a very good job. But judge number 2 gives him words of encouragement. We'll see what his final score is after this. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, evening, morning, night, whatever it is. We're all in different time zones. Who cares? My name, as always, is Diabetus, and welcome to the Snake Pit level, the 4th level of the exciting adventure game of Battletoads and Battlemaniacs. Now, I'm sure you've all heard some, well, bad things about this level. This level's kind of gotten a bad rap. You know, people say, it's the hardest level ever, or, I don't know, it ruined my marriage. After I played the Snake Pit, I found out I was adopted. Or, you know, there's always that one kid that goes, I had trouble going with my suicide pact until I played the Snake Pit. Okay, yeah, sure, the Snake Pit's got a bad rap. It's a pretty tough level. Some people say it's the worst level ever made and it makes them want to die. But before you take them seriously, I ask you to consider your sources, because you never know who it is or what their motivations are for hating it. Okay, so yeah, the Snake Pit does lack action. It's not a very exciting level. I mean, look, in level 1 you had the whole beat 'em up, punching in the face, your hands turned into weapons of mass destruction. I mean, come on, that's kick-ass. Level 2 had that cool drop-down thing where you got to beat the shit out of insects for no adequately explored reason. I like that. That's good stuff. Then you got the bonus level where, you know, you're in fucking outer space, knocking down bowling pins on a checker piece and avoiding bowmen in fire suits. Come on, that is pretty awesome. And then in level 3, you know, you're riding on a giant brain in a hover bike. That is pretty damn cool. So after all this, you're getting this progressive increase of excitement, and then you're here. You're, you know, pole dancing on snakes that, I don't even think these things are alive. They look more like, you know, public transit systems. So, yeah, it's a pretty not-so-great level. I wonder what the guys at Rare were thinking when they were in the development room, you know, talking about this game. I mean, what did they say? Like, hey boss, you remember that Snake Pit level from the NES Battletoads? Well yes, Johnson, I remember it very well. What about it? Well, what if we rehash it in the 16-bit version? Rehash it, you say? I like what you're thinking. Only we make it really, really hard, and we have insta-kill spike ball things? Don't you think that'll be cool? My god, Johnson, I think you're onto something. Oh, by the shedded skin of Medusa's hair! Fuck it! Sorry about that. Where was I? Talking about oh, right. The guys in the rare development room were talking. So they're like, yeah, and so we have the insta-kill spike balls everywhere, and then, oh god! Thought the slithering skin of a king cobra up my asshole! So they're talking and everything, and so they're like, well, you remember Pimple, don't you? Well, I really don't like him, but there are other players out there that do. Let's really gimp his jump and make it impossible for him to dodge these spike balls. Wow, sir, that's a brilliant idea. Brilliant strategy. Yes, we need to punish the player for that. And also, we're totally dispensing from any continue system in this game, and this level is all about trial and error. So after they experience the trial and error portion of this level, they'll probably have run out of lives because they keep dying so much, not knowing where the snakes are going to come out or whether or not they're going to bump into a spike ball by accident. So after all this, they'll probably have to start the game over. I think we need to artificially extend the playtime of this game by as many hours as possible. Ah, the deadly squeeze of a boa constrictor choking me right in the neck, draining all the life out of me. This fucking game is gonna... I kinda lost my train of thought there. Basically the snake pit level sucks ass, and I really hate it. Especially that last part of the level that you saw, because you have to time your jump pretty much exactly on the spot, or else you will die. And it's very hard to do, because those two spike balls are, you know, inches apart. It's ridiculous. Oh, shit. What were they thinking? Please tell me what they were thinking doing this game. I don't even think I ever got to the snake pit level in the NES game, or, well, maybe I did, but I just don't remember anything about it. Is it as bad as this? Is it worse? I don't know. Ah, fucking cow! I'm gonna fucking kill myself with a giant garden snake! Even a garden snake is gonna fucking kill me by wrapping its coils around my ankles and squeezing the blood out of them until I can't get any more blood flow to my brain, and it's gonna make me want to die! Ah! This level, that one point in it, that one measly fucking point in this stupid snake pit level. Oh shit, and I'm gonna die again. Oh, okay, I just barely made it, but still. This makes me hate all kinds of snakes. Snake mythology, snake nature things on the Discovery Channel, snake pie. I bet they even have snake pie. This makes me hate everything about snakes. Are they supposed to be... Those are supposed to be rattlesnakes, aren't they? Because of that... I guess that's supposed to be a rattle on the end of their tails or whatever. What do they want from me? Huh? What do they keep wanting to make me die for? Are snakes even that much of a natural enemy of toads? I thought they ate other things too. Why does it have to be just toads? It just makes me want to fucking... Oh, I got through it. That was a pretty fun level. Oh, she's talking about her down there place. Thanks, Southern man. Okay, that was the snake pit level. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did. It was a lot of fun. Stay tuned next time when we tackle the roller coaster level where you're chased by the evil rat with a buzzsaw thing. I don't really know how to explain it better than that, so, yeah. Enjoy that. This is the roller coaster level. It is a roller coaster level. We're going so fast, we gotta go really fast. Otherwise we'll get chopped up the ass. Why rat with a buzzsaw? Owie, owie, it's gonna hurt. Don't wanna do that, it'll be painful.
Oh yeah. This level is really simple, it's not hard. All you have to do is press the direction that you are facing, and then you'll speed up. Speeding up is good. You want to go real fast, fast is good. You want to go fast. If you go slow, the rat will catch up and he'll chop you and have him make toad soup out of you. I don't even think toad soup is a real thing, but that's okay. It is a toad. Toads are cool. Toads don't want to die. They don't want to die. Cause he wears cool sunglasses. He probably is a beach bum. Why does he wear sunglasses all the time? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. This game makes no sense. None of the levels are connected in any way. They're not related remotely. Oh God, I don't know what am I doing? Running out of breath. Oh God, I don't even know what I'm doing. Oh, it's over. Oh, come on, I don't need another bonus level. Why don't you do it, you lazy piece of shit? You're just doing tech support all day. Okay. So next up is the second bonus level. It's just like the first bonus level, only with dominoes instead of pens and a different color scheme. What a bunch of lazy-ass game designers. This is a rehash of the first bonus stage. Don't even try to hide it. You know, they like to think they're being clever by replacing the pens with dominoes and painting the floor red, like we're not gonna notice. I mean, who's gonna look at this and be like, oh man, it's a totally new bonus level. I'm so excited. No, I don't buy that at all. This is the ultimate fuck you. You know, after dying a bunch in the snake bit, and then stressing out because a homicidal rat is chasing me on a Segway armed with a buzzsaw while really loud rock music is playing, then they just subject us to this shit again. Ugh, I mean, what am I even supposed to talk about? I could repeat everything I said in the first bonus video, I guess. Let's see, how'd that go? Oh boy, a bonus level. I'm so excited. No, that's not gonna work, is it? Though, you know, this does remind me of when I first got the game. In 1993, I guess, so I guess I was 9 or 10. It was actually a sympathy gift from my parents. I had this mole on my foot. It was in between my second and third toe, I want to say. Like, right where it starts to become the foot. I don't even know what you're supposed to call that area. But my parents noticed it, or I noticed it and was scared for some reason. But they decided that I should see a dermatologist about it for whatever reason. I mean, it was just a mole. It was a hard-to-see mole, but who knows, it might be, you know, evil and not benign or whatever. So I go to see the dermatologist. He or she, don't remember, takes a look at it. And they conclude that, well, Mrs. Diabetus, I'm afraid your son's mole is going to have to come off. Because it could turn into something bad later on. Turn into something bad? What is it supposed to do? Like, does it turn into a monster? Does it suddenly give me AIDS? I mean, how does that even work? I don't... Do any dermatologists know? I don't know. So they lop the damn thing off, and this is like complicated surgery too. They have to give me anesthesia, knock me out with the happy gas or a mallet or however dermatologists do it nowadays. And so they saw it off, and I wake up feeling like absolute crap. I'm so woozy, my foot is in a cast, my entire foot. I mean, what did they do? Did they, like, miss the mole the first few times? They had to, like, they accidentally hit my ankle or something? I don't know. And so I'm in a cast, I have nothing to do. And so my parents, feeling kind of bad for me, get me this game. Which, I mean, really, what were they thinking? But, hey, I was wearing a cast, I had nothing better to do with my time as a kid, so I just played this game non-stop. And I beat it. I was damn good at this game at 10 or however old I was. But really, why subject a child to this kind of difficulty? In retrospect, that might be why I associate dermatologists with assholes. Maybe.
So is it time to penetrate the Dark Queen's lair? Toad slam her? Is that like the Toad street speak for rape, or is that supposed to be some kind of clever wrestling metaphor? Who knows. But that's the second bonus stage, which means we only have one level left to go. The Dark Queen's Tower. Look forward to that. It's gonna be epic, I guess. Maybe. Right. See you, everybody. My name's Diabetus. This is it. The final showdown. The final leg of our journey has approached. What a journey it's been. From beating people up, falling down trees, racing across canyons, riding snakes, our natural predator, riding across Six Flags over what must have been France, judging from the level design, and avoiding getting cut in half, and now we're in this tower. The objective of this tower is to race the rat to this thing. You stupid bastard. Why the Dark Queen would want to sabotage her own tower, I don't know. But we have an epic setup here, don't we? Look outside. Look at its pristine glory! That is outer space. We're coming to the end. Yes, for some reason the Dark Queen has decided to wait at the base of the tower instead of the top, and we somehow started at the top of the tower. It makes about as much sense to you as it does to me. That's alright. And I'm gonna race this rat fuck to the end. And he's going down. Nothing's gonna stop me from beating this game. Nothing! You see, I'm an obsessed man! I'm so crazy I'm slurring my speech. But I'm gonna conquer this. This game has become my bitch. And I'm taking this rat down! See, look, she's even trying to scare me. Look, she's captured someone who's previously tried to descend rather than ascend her tower. She skinned him alive, and then imprisoned his bony remains. That doesn't scare me, because one, that doesn't make any fucking sense at all. How do you imprison bones? You can't really say you're holding them there against their will because they're not even alive. No, I'm not being fooled by these clever little traps. I'm not being fooled by your alligator wall ornaments that are spitting starbursts at me, or whatever the hell those are. I'm not fooled at all. But, even though I'm not fooled, I'm gonna play it safe, and I'm gonna save state right here, because I'm a wee bit on the paranoid side, you know? Because I've spent 8 levels now, 8 levels counting this one, against impossible odds, racing across lava, falling down a tree in a hoverboard. That doesn't make any sense! How do I even get from point A to point B? How do I go from falling down a tree to being inside someone's cerebral fucking cortex and then suddenly being in some kind of fucking snake pit? That doesn't make any sense! And then from there, I'm in Six Flags, racing against a homicidal rat person? Come on! I don't accept that! I don't accept that at all! I don't accept this fucking game or anything it stands for! Get your hands off! Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Let me just get this thing. Okay. Right. Starting from here? Okay. Let's see. The Dark Tower of Battletoads and Battlemaniacs is a sheer achievement in platform gaming design. It's vertical descent is a change from your typical platforming fare. Its level helps tie together the all-encompassing plot of the game and the Battletoads series as a whole. My name is Diabetus, and I endorse this message. Is that okay? Are you gonna take off the jacket? Alright, yeah. Yes. God. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah. Okay, sure. Alright, they're not pressing charges, so I can get on with the rest of the game and finish the level. Yeah, I'm good. We just have to race the final rat to the explosive TNT at the bottom, and we'll be done. We'll be done with the level, so just gotta get there before he gets there and bombs us to hell, you know, because that's not a good thing. That's not what we want at all. Yeah, sorry about earlier. I was way in over my head. I've had a long day. Things have been tough. You know, this level, this game as a whole, it's been taxing, and I've got some anger management training that I'm planning on going to. I think it's at the beginning of next week. So hopefully that'll go well, and I'll feel good about that. Yeah. Oh, we did it. Wait a minute. The final boss fight? Oh shit. Guys, I'm not ready for this. I mean, look at all the levels we've been through, all this challenge. I don't think I'm ready for this yet. I'm gonna get my ass kicked. Wait, no. Wait, hang on. Okay. Let's think about this. Okay. Just gotta clear my head here and think this objectively, because this is a tricky situation. If I fight this boss now, I'm probably gonna lose. Look at what this game's thrown at me so far. Platforming, vertical drops, races, concrete, snakes, spikes, buzzsaws, dynamite. It's been tough. There's no way I'm going to be able to beat this boss as I am right now. Shit. What can I do to... There's gotta be some way I can train to do this. What can I... Wait a minute. Yeah. If I train on other games on the Super Nintendo platform, that'll bring out my manifest skills more. That'll bring them out. It'll come to the surface. Then I'll kick the shit out of the Dark Queen. That's it. I just gotta train with some other games first. I've gotta get my overall skills built up. Alright, I'm gonna do it. Alright, let's do this. Let's train. Super Nintendo games, assemble! There's nothing like starting from the very beginning of it all. The launch game for the Super Nintendo console. Now, come on, what a game this is. This game has a mechanic that I miss greatly in games today. I weep and cry for it. Oh, the days when you could just fly across levels, not have to worry about enemies or pits or evil rats. Oh, nostalgia. I'm like bleeding nostalgia right now. I mean, look, I'm just floating over everything, easy breezy. Why can't more games have this? I miss that. I miss it greatly. See? Just perfect flight across the whole level. I feel better already. I feel like I'm getting stronger. Didn't this game have a sequel? Now here's a game that brings back some memories. Yoshi's Island. Super awesome platformer. I mean, look at this artistic achievement. It is incredible. The whole pastel watercolor thing they have going on. The whole thing is just... Oh, so fuck! No! Shut up, Mario! You will shut the fuck up right now or I'll stick your rattle straight up your ass! Do you understand me? But yeah, this game... God, it was good. I had a lot of fun playing. I will take that baby formula and I will ram it down your throat. And oh! Come on. It's this lag. I can't make the. I mean, I know I'm not playing over the internet or anything, but the lag is just impossible. Jump, man! Alright, a superhero game. Now this ought to be good. What's this? Okay. What the hell's insulin? Alright. Must be the name of the evil weapon I'm trying to destroy from the bad guy. Ah, what the... Come on, what are his superpowers? Where's the laser beams and the super strength? And the... What the f... Okay, fine. Picking up stray food, I guess. Maybe I'm delivering that to some helpless children or something. Because they're being held hostage. They need something to eat. I'm sure I'm collecting a lot of this. Well, it's for a good cause. Jogging candy bars? What is this? It doesn't even make sense. Yeah, collect all the food and... What? What are you doing? What's the hell? Your blood glucose is going too high? Yeah, right. Wow, what a wuss. Come on, come butt fuck you, Tilly. Butt fucking this shit, man. Oh my god. Alright, where am I going? So in Super Mario 3, you can jump on Koopas, and you can also kick them, and they go in a forward direction, destroying bricks and such along the way. Oops. When you get hit by the shell, as you can see, you lose part of your power-up, but you don't become Small Mario, unlike previous versions of the game, and future versions, such as Super Mario World, which also do that. Oh, well, I got hit by a Goomba, but that's okay. When you get hit by a Goomba, the same thing happens. You lose one of your power-ups. Oh, I'm not doing too well, but, you know, that's alright. Alright, I have a Koopa shell here, so now I can go down this thing. It'll be... Oh, I lost my shell. I have to go back and get it. You need a red shell to be able to go behind the backdrop. Let's see if I can go find one. Oh, well, it looks like I died. When you die, you... What? I don't understand this! Where am I supposed to be going? What? This doesn't make any sense! Ah! I'm about to die! Where am I going? What am I supposed to be doing here? Maybe I should try dropping a power bomb. What? No, that doesn't make any sense at all! What the... You know what? Fine. I'll try dropping one. Maybe it'll do something. Okay, and power bomb away. What the... What? What am I doing in the fucking fallopian tube ovaries all of a sudden? That doesn't make any sense! Alright, big money, let's go, come on, big money, okay, alright, let's... Ah, shut up. I'd like... Okay, I think I'll take the letter R. Okay, wait, what am I doing? I'm way off the beaten path here. No, I need to play something harder. Hey guys, I feel like I'm coming down with a bit of a cold, or something for some reason. I just suddenly started playing this game and I felt like I was all stuffed up for some reason. I don't know why that is, but... Well, I figured you guys might want to see me suffer a little bit. So I thought I'd try playing some Super Demo World. Although really it doesn't seem all that bad. See, I just beat that level. I think it's actually kind of funny how it's so easy, it makes me laugh. The fuck was that? Ah. Can't get much more difficult than this game. If I can beat Parallel Worlds, then I think I'm just about ready for anything. Ow, what the hell? What did I step in? Like, flaming doo-doo? Alright, Alright. Get some hearts from this guy. Parallel Worlds! Okay, let's try going into the dungeon this time. Alright, let's try that one more time. Let's get inside. Get out of the way. Ah! Ah! Get in the dungeon! Okay. That was a close... Watch out for that Beamos! Okay, I'm back. I'm ready. I've trained, I've played a lot of games, I've gotten stronger, I feel more prepared. I think I'm ready for anything at this point. No matter what the Dark Queen throws at me, I'm ready. Rash is ready. We're both ready. It's been a long road. It's time to get this shit over with. It is time to fight. It's time to end this. Okay. Let's go! That's right! Right from the bat! Kick in the face, bitch! Oh yeah, you're going down. You're... Huh. She's... actually got a kind of a predictable pattern, and she's surprisingly static in her posture. Well, that's kind of weird. But that doesn't matter, we're gonna take her down. I've been waiting for this for a long time, and by this I mean ready to beat the living shit out of a woman. With battle axes, spiked cleats, and giant pimp slaps to the face. Ah! Come on. That's right. And go back to the kitchen! And do my laundry! And use your S&M gear to gratify me on a sexual fashion! Okay... You know, I was expecting a lot more from this fight, to be honest with you. And where's the entrance to the tower? This is the bottom, supposedly. There's no door, there's just more windows. And what is she even projecting at me with her goblin clown staff? I mean, is that all? That's all she's doing, that's her only attack. Well... I gotta say, I think the snake pit would make a better final boss than this bitch. And... oh! Ah. I was hoping that would be a double KO. Oh, huh. She's doing her desperation attack, which is teleporting away slightly faster than usual, or something. Oh! Ha! Double KO! It's over! I am the victor! Diabetus saves the day and beats a Battletoads game all on his own! Haha. What? Why is she on the TV now? What? I'm sure it'll be a really great bestseller. It'll be called Kick Me in the Ass, and... He didn't just type that, did he? My hand's stuck in my pants, what do you want, man? Who? Oh, the brain guy from the very beginning who did absolutely nothing in the whole game. Right, him. Very memorable character. Using Google Maps. Hey, I'm not gonna tweak your beak. Yeah. Prof? That's their slang term for him? Sup, Prof? Hurry before Dr. Wily before Silas Volkmeyer escapes. Yeah, what, was it on the dashboard before? Come on. I'd like everyone to notice that I didn't make a joke involving them all getting it to the chopper. And I'm also not making a joke about staying on target, or anything like that. Wait, that's it? And everybody died. Lord, he was burned alive. What about his brain? Because that's slightly more noticeable. They updated their live journals every day for the next 6 months. Wait, that's it? The end? Oh, okay. That's it then, I guess. An epic ending, to be sure. Well, what more is there to say? Thank you all for watching my first LP thread ever. It's been a pleasure entertaining you as best I can. It's been a lot of fun playing the game. So many people I have to thank, but I'm not going to do it because I'm a selfish prick. Thank you all for watching. My name has been and continues to be Diabetus. Thanks, everybody. It's been real. It's been a blast.